A very good morning to all the students. This video for the class 7 subject science, chapter number 8, that is winds, storms and cyclones. This is your lecture number 1. Next to be covered, we are going to cover some topics. So the topics is activity 8.1. We have to perform the activity 8.2, third is activity 8.3, activity 8.4, activity 8.5 and activity 8.6. Let's begin this lecture with activity 8.1. So the activity 8.1 is, the aim is to study the air exerts pressure. These are the material required to perform this activity 8.1. What you need to do, you have to check the hot and cold water, a tin can, a lid for the tin can to cover this tin can, a plastic bottle or a candle flame. So what you need to do, you have to take some water in a can and boil it for the 2 minutes and then close the lid. You can take the plastic bottle instead of that can, okay, then add the hot water into the plastic bottle and close the lid of the plastic bottle also. After that, place this hot can in a wash basin and pour the cold water over it. The same way, if you are using the plastic bottle, you can pour the cold water or the ice water over it. Next, you will observe that the can collapses and its shape gets distorted, or you will observe that the plastic bottle collapses and its shape gets distorted. So the question that is arising here from this activity is, can you guess why the shape of the can gets distorted? As you can see in this picture, this is a can here. Take some water and add into this can and boil it for the 2 minutes, okay? Then close the can and tightly with the lid. After that, place this hot can in a wash basin or at the other area and pour the cold water over it. After some time, you will observe that this can collapses and its shapes get distorted. So you have to tell why this shape of the can get distorted, okay? Moving on, our second activity, that is activity 8.2. So the aim of the activity 8.2 is to study that increase in a wind speed reduces air pressure. So the material requirement for this activity is glass bottle and a paper bowl. So the procedure of this activity is, what you need to do, you have to take the empty glass bottle and put a crumbled paper ball just inside its mouth, only inside its mouth. Then now blow some air with force on the ball to push it inside the bottle. After that, you will observe that when you blow the air, the ball still remains in the neck of the bottle and it doesn't go out. Okay. So the question is, why is it difficult to force the paper ball into the bottle? As you can see in this picture, this children or this boy take the empty glass bottle and he try to force the ball to push it inside the bottle. Okay. Then after some time, he observed that when you blow the air, the ball still remains in the neck of the bottle and it doesn't go out. So why is it difficult to force the paper ball into the bottle? That is the question that you have to observe it and write it down in your notebook. Okay. Next, moving on, activity number 3, that is activity 8.3. So the aim is to study that fast moving airs reduces air pressure. So the material requirement to perform this activity is, you have to take the 2 balloons and a string. So the procedure that we have to do is take the two balloons of equal size, fill a little water to make them heavier and then blow them up. Tie both the balloon to a string with a little space in between. After that, blow air in the space in between the balloon and observe what happens to the balloons. So you will observe that when blow the air, both the balloons come closer. So you have to tell why when we blow the air, both the balloons come closer. As you can see in this picture, this person blowing the air, okay, and after that these two balloons come closer. So you have to tell why these balloons come closer. Okay. Next, aim of the activity 8.4 is you have to study that increase in wind speed reduces air pressure. The material requirement for this activity is you have to need a strip of a paper. The procedure of this activity is take a long strip of a paper about the 10 inches long and 1 inch wide. Hold it lightly in your hand and blow air on the top of the paper. Then you will observe that the paper lifts up, and when you blow the air, if you blow harder, the paper lifts up further. As you can see in this picture, this boy lifting up the paper, when he blow the air, this paper lift up. Okay. When he again blow the air harder, the paper lifts up further. So you have to tell the reason behind that, why the paper lifts up. Okay. Moving on a fifth activity, that is activity 8.5. So the aim is to study that air expands on heating. So the material requirement is you need to take a glass test tube, a balloon, beaker with the hot water and some ice. Okay. So the procedure is take a test tube, stretch a balloon, a beaker with the hot water and some ice. Then put this in a tube in a beaker containing hot water and observe what happens to the balloon. After that you will observe after 2-3 minutes the balloon start inflating. So now take the tube out from the hot water and place it in ice cold water. Then you will observe that the balloon deflates in cold water. As you can see in this picture, in this first picture, balloons tied over the neck of the boiling tube. Okay. Then this boiling tube immersed in the hot water, and after that again the boiling tube immersed in the ice cold water. Okay. First take the tube out from the hot water and place it in the cold water. First add it into the hot water, then take out from the hot water and add this tube into the cold water. Okay. Then you will observe in the cold water the balloons deflate, but in hot water the balloons start inflating. Okay. So you have to tell why the balloons inflating in the hot water and why the balloons deflates in cold water. Next, moving on now activity 8.6. The aim to study that hot air is lighter than cold air and the hotter air rises up. So the material requirement for this activity is you have to take the 2 paper bags and candle flame and a string. Okay. So the procedure is take the 2 paper bags exactly of the same size, okay, and tie them to a stick in the inverted position as shown is in the figure. With the help of the thread tied at the center of the stick, then balance the bag. Then place a lighted candle vertically below one of the bag as in figure and observe what happens. Then you will observe that the bag with the lighted candle below rises up and the wooden stick gets tilted. As you can see here, this is the state when the both paper bags are in a straight line, and this is the second state where the paper bag with lighted candle rises up. Okay? When we place a light candle vertically below one of the bag here, then what happens? You observe that the bag with the lighted candle below rises up and the wooden stick gets tilted. So you have to answer this. You have to write down the observation why the stick gets tilted and the light candle below rises up. Okay? Now moving on, the homework of lecture number 1. So you have to write down all the observation of a given activity in your science notebook. Okay? What are the observation related to all the activity that you have to do in your science fair notebook? So this is it about this lecture. Hope you have understood this lecture. Thank you and have a nice day.